This particularly affects language learners. People feel afraid to speak because they worry. What if my grammar is wrong? What if they laugh at my accent? What if I look foolish? The Art of Living with Clarity, a complete guide to what truly matters. Welcome to a conversation that could shift everything for you. This isn't just another summary. This is your moment to pause, reflect, and rebuild from the inside out. Have you ever felt like your mind won't quiet down? Like you're juggling 20 different priorities, running on empty, never quite measuring up. You want to stay composed, but people push your buttons. You want to concentrate, but notifications steal your attention every few seconds. You want to feel grounded, but emotions sweep you away. And somewhere in all this noise, you lose sight of what actually counts. But here's the truth that changes everything. Books hold transformative power. They're not just ink on paper, they're catalysts. They're not just data, they're doorways. When you encounter the right book at the right time, it doesn't simply inform you, it rewires you. It clears away the mental clutter and helps you finally see with clarity. That's what we're exploring today. A book called Focus on What Matters by Darius Farrow. Built on ancient Stoic philosophy, it's a practical guide to staying calm, thinking with precision and living with genuine strength. Inside, you'll find 70 short letters, powerful lessons on how to live better, think sharper, and become the most capable version of yourself. Today, we're covering 20 of the most impactful lessons, the ones that can create immediate change. These aren't meant to be passively consumed. They're designed to be applied, lived, embodied. And here's a bonus. As you absorb these insights, you're also sharpening your language skills, expanding vocabulary, improving comprehension, and building fluency. This is mindset transformation, language development, and personal growth, all woven together. So if you're ready to focus on what genuinely matters, if you're done wasting your energy and potential, then commit right now. This isn't about passive watching. It's about active transformation. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Direct your attention to what counts. This opening principle is foundational. Ask yourself right now, where is your focus landing? Is it on your goals, your health, your development, your dreams? Or is it scattered across what others think of you? What's trending online? What hurt you years ago? What your peers are achieving? Most people burn 80% of their energy on things that don't move their life forward. They argue over trivial matters. They try impressing strangers. They replay the past. They worry endlessly about the future. But here's what changes everything. Your life improves when your focus sharpens. Stop trying to handle everything. Stop trying to fix everyone else's problems. Start by fixing where your attention goes. You have limited energy each day. Waste it on distractions and you'll have nothing left for your dreams. Picture this. You have a single candle. If you run around trying to light 100 candles simultaneously, they'll all flicker out. But if you focus that flame on just one thing, you can create a roaring fire. That's what happens when you direct your attention properly. So ask yourself, what do I truly want? What are my core values? What brings genuine peace to my life? Do this. Write down your top 3 priorities. Then eliminate everything that doesn't support those 3. Stop agreeing to everything. Start saying yes only to what aligns with your true direction. Let's say you want to improve your communication skills, maintain good health, and build a meaningful career. Then stop wasting hours in pointless arguments, scrolling mindlessly, or comparing yourself to others. Instead, read. Practice speaking, write, exercise, pursue better opportunities. Consume uplifting content. Remember, when your focus is clear, your path becomes simple. When your path is simple, your life becomes powerful. This isn't just a lesson, it's your new philosophy. I don't concern myself with everything. I focus on what matters. Lesson 2, master your internal world. This principle will shift your perspective entirely because it reveals a profound truth. The only thing you truly control is yourself. You don't control the weather. You don't control others' words. You don't control how people treat you. You don't control economic conditions, traffic jams, or your past. But you absolutely control your thoughts, your reactions, your beliefs, your mindset, your daily habits. And that power is sufficient to transform your entire existence. The Stoics called this internal control. The moment you start focusing on your inner world instead of external circumstances, you become free. Most people live in reaction mode. Someone criticizes them, they get angry. Something goes wrong, they panic. They fail, they quit. But powerful people live in response mode. Someone criticizes them, they stay calm. Something goes wrong, they think clearly. They fail, they try again, smarter. Imagine you're learning a new skill. You make a mistake. If your mindset is fragile, you'll think, I'm terrible at this. I can't do it. If your mindset is strong, you'll think, good, I learned something. Let me try again. Same situation, different reaction. That one difference determines your future. How to build internal control. Pause before reacting. Take 5 seconds before responding to anything emotional. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If not, release it. If yes, take action. Practice responding, not reacting. Use your mind, not your mood. Build a strong morning mindset. Each morning, remind yourself, I control my thoughts. I control my actions. I control my life. You are the guardian of your peace. Don't let every opinion enter your mind. Don't let every situation steal your calm. Stay centered. Stay grounded. Train your mind like a warrior. When you master yourself, no one else can master you. Lesson 3. Release the need for approval. Let's start with a question. How many of your decisions are truly yours? Do you dress that way because you genuinely like it? Do you speak that way because it feels authentic? Or are you constantly monitoring others' reactions? Most people spend their entire lives wearing masks. They say what others want to hear. They do what others expect. They hide their true selves just to be accepted. But here's the reality. If you keep living for others' approval, you end what happens. They don't speak at all. They stay silent. They avoid practice. And their progress dies. Not from lack of ability, but from too much fear. Stop trying to impress. Start trying to express. When you speak to impress, you're fake. When you speak to express, you're real. And being real is what builds genuine fluency. Maybe you want to say something simple, but you think, is this correct? What if they laugh? So you stay silent. But if you release the need for approval and speak anyway, even with mistakes, you'll learn faster, speak more freely, and grow stronger. People forget your mistakes. But you'll remember the courage you built. Speak your truth, even if it's imperfect. Proud of your journey, even if it's slow. Stop waiting for applause. Start celebrating yourself. When you stop needing validation, you start living with genuine confidence. Lesson 4. Welcome difficulty as your teacher. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is your greatest teacher. But here's the problem. Most people hate discomfort. They avoid it, escape it, numb it. They think pain signals failure. But in reality, pain signals growth. Think about it. When your muscles develop, they ache. When your brain learns, it gets tired. When your heart heals, it breaks first. Imagine a mountain standing tall for thousands of years. It endures violent storms, freezing temperatures, lightning strikes, and cutting winds. If the mountain could feel, it would say, this hurts. The storm is too painful. The cold is unbearable. But that storm is sculpting it. The harsh winds carve the rock. The ice breaks away weak parts. The pressure makes it stronger, sharper, more magnificent, more solid. Without the storm, the mountain would be just a soft hill. But because of the hardship, it becomes unshakable. That's how difficulty works in life. Your storm isn't destroying you, it's shaping you. You don't grow despite the pain. You grow because of it. Lesson 5. Learn from every source. One of the biggest myths. You can only learn from formal teachers. Wrong. You can learn from everyone and everything. Life is your classroom. Every person is your teacher. You can learn from a stranger in a store, a comment online, a short video, a child's simple observation, a song lyric that touches you, a podcast phrase that stays in your mind. But to do this, you must shift your mindset from, I need perfect lessons to, everything around me is a lesson. Picture a river flowing through a valley. Along its path, it encounters large rocks, sharp stones, mud, branches, and fallen trees. It doesn't fight them. It doesn't complain, why are you in my way? Instead, the river flows around them, sometimes slowly, sometimes powerfully, sometimes silently. And because of this, the river learns to move better. It becomes wider, deeper, wiser. It even creates new pathways through land that once seemed impossible. The lesson: the river learns from everything, even obstacles. It doesn't resist. It absorbs, adapts, and grows. In life, you can learn from every situation, every challenge, every silence, even from what seems pointless. Nothing is wasted if your mind is open. Train your brain to learn from everyone. Don't wait for formal education. Don't wait for perfection. Just observe, absorb, apply. Keep your mind like a sponge. Wherever you go, collect wisdom, even from people you dislike, even from people who don't speak eloquently, even from people younger than you, because learning has no ego. Everyone you meet knows something you don't. Be curious. Be humble. Say this daily: today I will learn something new from someone unexpected. Lesson 6: honor time as your true wealth most. People believe money is the most valuable thing in the world. This lesson destroys that myth. Here's the real truth. You can earn back money. You can never earn back time. Time is the only resource constantly moving away from you. Every second you spend is gone forever. Yet we waste it carelessly. We spend hours arguing about nonsense. We scroll endlessly through others' lives. We give precious minutes to people who don't value us. We delay our dreams thinking we have forever, but we don't. The clock is ticking, not to frighten you, but to wake you up. Imagine someone with a dream to start their own business. But every evening, they watch television for 3 hours. They think, I'm tired. I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And slowly, the fire inside them dies. They didn't fail because they lacked intelligence. They failed because they gave their time to the wrong things. Powerful truth. You're not struggling because of lack of money. You're struggling because of how you use your time. How to fix it. Track your hours like you track your money. Keep a journal. Where did my hours go today? You'll be shocked. Create a time budget. Just as you wouldn't spend a fortune on junk, don't spend 10 hours on meaningless tasks. Ask yourself, does this activity help me grow, heal, build, or rest? Be protective of your time. Guard your hours from time wasters, gossip, drama, and distractions. They're stealing your future. Your time is your life. Once you waste it, it becomes your regret. Lesson 7. Cultivate mental calm. This lesson speaks to everyone who has ever felt overwhelmed, emotional, or anxious. Let's be honest, we all struggle with our minds. One comment can ruin our mood. One bad day makes us feel like failures. One mistake and we criticize ourselves for days. But here's what this teaches. A calm mind is a superpower. In chaos, calm people lead. In pain, calm people heal. In problems, calm people solve. You don't need to shout to be strong. You don't need to panic to be fast. You don't need to cry to be honest. You need clarity, peace, stillness. Imagine 2 people receive bad news at work. They're both laid off. Person A panics. They scream, blame, cry, collapse. Their whole week is destroyed. Person B sits quietly. They breathe deeply. They think, okay, what can I control next? They update their resume. They apply for 10 new positions that same evening. Same situation. 2 different minds. One broke down. One broke through. That's the difference calm makes. Calm isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about saying, I may not control this situation, but I can control how I respond to it. How to build calmness. Create a pause habit. When something upsets you, don't react immediately. Pause, breathe, count to 10. Most emotional pain comes from instant reactions. Write it out instead of fighting it out. Instead of exploding, try writing your frustration down. Let the page absorb your pain, not another person. Practice mental rehearsals. Each morning imagine 3 things going wrong. Then imagine yourself staying calm. You're training your mind like a warrior. Storms will come, but you can become the mountain. Let others scream and shake. You be the calm. Be the strength. Be the light. Lesson 8. The discipline of less. Here's something you've never been taught. Most success doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing less but better. This is a complete mindset shift. We've all been told, work more. Add more goals. Learn more things. Do 10 things at once, but this is a trap. The more you chase, the more you scatter your energy, and scattered energy creates average results. If you want real peace, real progress, and real power, you must learn the discipline of less. Imagine someone who wants to get fit. They join 3 gyms, they buy 10 workout plans, they follow 20 fitness influencers, they change their diet every 3 days. Nothing works because their energy is divided. Now imagine someone else. They pick one home workout. They do it every day. They eat simple food. They sleep early. Result? They get fit. Slowly, powerfully, permanently. That's the power of less, done with discipline. How to apply this? Cut out half your to-do list. Only keep what moves your life forward. Delete what looks productive but means nothing. Create a not-to-do list. What will you stop doing? Examples: stop gossiping. Stop checking your phone every 5 minutes. Stop chasing perfection. Focus on deep work, not busy work. Instead of doing 10 things halfway, do one thing all the way. Say this every morning. I don't need more. I need less noise, more meaning. Don't be addicted to action. Be addicted to direction. Life isn't about running in circles. It's about moving forward with power. Peace and purpose. Lesson 9, be useful, not impressive. This lesson will wake you up because most people are busy trying to look impressive, but very few are trying to be useful. Let that sink in. You open social media. Everyone is trying to show, look at my car, look at my vacation, look at my body, look how cool I am. But deep inside they feel empty, because showing off is not the same as showing up. This lesson asks one question. Do you want people to admire you, or do you want to matter to them? Here's the painful truth. You can impress thousands and still be useless. But if you're useful to just one person, you've already created impact. 2 people walk into a hospital. One is wearing an expensive suit, designer sunglasses, and a luxury watch. The other is a nurse in a simple uniform. The man looks important, but the nurse saves lives. Who do you want to be? We live in a world obsessed with image. But this lesson teaches you to focus on your substance. How to live this way. Stop performing. Start contributing. See, what can I give today? Not how can I look good. Replace how do I appear with who do I help. If your actions are helping others, you're already shining, whether anyone notices or not. Seek depth, not attention. Attention is loud but brief. Usefulness is quiet but permanent. Remember, the world doesn't need more stars. It needs more lamps. Stars shine for themselves. Lamps light the way for others. Lesson 10, do one thing at a time in today's world. We're told that multitasking is a skill, that if you're not doing 5 things at once, you're lazy. But this lesson exposes the lie. Multitasking isn't powerful. It's destructive. When you chase 5 rabbits, you catch none. Every time you switch from one task to another, your brain pays a price. You lose focus. You lose momentum. You lose depth. Most importantly, you lose your peace. Imagine you're cooking dinner, replying to messages, and watching the news, all at once. The food burns. You send the wrong text. You miss the important headline. You end up feeling exhausted, irritated, and confused. Now imagine this. You turn off your phone. You focus only on cooking, slowly, mindfully. You enjoy the aroma. You enjoy the process. When it's ready, it tastes amazing. That's the difference focus makes. This lesson isn't just about productivity. It's about honoring the moment. How to apply this? Choose one thing. Write it down. Put everything else away. Do it fully. Respect small tasks, even drinking water, even folding clothes. Give your full attention, because how you do small things equals how you do everything. Block distractions. Silence your phone. Turn off notifications. Let your mind breathe. Say this to yourself right now. This is the only thing that exists, and I will give it everything I have. The people who do one thing with complete attention are the ones who eventually do great things. Lesson 11. Live with purpose and align with values. This lesson isn't just important, it's spiritual, because it doesn't ask, what do you want to achieve? It asks, why do you wake up in the morning? Most people wake up and move through the day on autopilot. They eat, scroll, work, sleep, repeat. But they never ask, is this who I want to be? Is this the life I truly believe in? Do my actions match my values? Ione says they care about family, but they're always working late, checking emails during dinner and missing important moments. That's not alignment. That's contradiction. Or imagine someone says, "My health is important," but they eat junk food. Never exercise and sleep at 2 a.m. Again, contradiction. This lesson asks you to wake up and live in alignment. How to do that? Write down your 3 core values. What do you believe in deeply? Examples: kindness, truth, simplicity, freedom, love, growth. Now look at your daily actions. Do they reflect those values? If not, what needs to change? Create a why statement. One simple sentence that reminds you why you do what you do. For example, I want to become stronger every day so I can protect and serve the people I love. This becomes your compass. Without purpose, success feels empty. With purpose, even small steps feel meaningful. Don't just exist. Live with fire inside you. Don't just wake up. Wake up for a reason. Lesson 12. Cultivate gratitude and simplicities. Lesson feels like a gentle embrace from life because it reminds you of something the world often forgets. Gratitude is not about having more. It's about noticing what you already have. In a world that constantly shouts, "Buy more, do more, be more," we forget to pause and ask, what if I already have enough? This lesson teaches you to stop chasing everything and start appreciating the small things. Imagine someone living in a big city. They own a nice car, a good job, and a beautiful apartment. But every morning they wake up exhausted. They scroll through social media and think, their car is better than mine. Her house looks bigger. They travel more than me. They feel empty. Now imagine someone in a village. They wake to birdsong. They make tea and watch the sunrise. They smile at their children playing in the dirt. They say, "Thank you, life." They own less but feel more alive. Why? Because gratitude is not about possessions. It's about presence. Simplicity doesn't mean having nothing. It means needing less to feel joy. Start a gratitude ritual. Every night before bed, write down 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. A smile, a meal, a breeze, a lesson. Practice silent mornings. Don't grab your phone. Sit quietly. Feel the air. Breathe deeply. Just declutter your space and your life. Remove things you don't use. More space equals more peace. Fewer options equals clearer mind. A rich heart beats louder than a rich wallet. Live simply. Love deeply. Appreciate wildly. Lesson 13. Build resilience by preparing for adversity. This lesson is tough love because it tells you something hard to hear. Life will not always go your way, but that doesn't mean life is against you. It means you need to become stronger. Resilience is the ability to bend without breaking. It's the power to stand back up again and again, no matter how many times you fall. This lesson gives you one of the most powerful techniques in the world. Anticipation. Don't just hope for good days. Prepare for hard days. Imagine 2 farmers. Both plant crops in spring. Farmer A says, "I hope the weather stays perfect." Farmer B says, "The weather might change. I'll build a cover and prepare backup water." When storms come, A loses everything. But B survives because he prepared for adversity. That's resilience. You don't become mentally strong by avoiding pain. You become strong by expecting it, facing it, and rising through it. Do hard things on purpose. Wake up earlier. Take cold showers. Walk instead of driving. When you choose discomfort, you're training your mind for real life. Say, "This might go wrong and I'm ready." Before any project, ask, what's the worst that could happen and how will I respond? Build a recovery system. When life hits you, don't stay down. Have go-to rituals. Walking, journaling, calling a mentor, listening to powerful music. Know how to come back. Don't pray for an easy life. Pray for a strong back. Be the one who doesn't break, even when the world does. Lesson 14. Master your emotions and thoughts. This lesson goes to war, not with the outside world, but with the chaos inside you. Because the biggest battle you will ever fight is with your own thoughts. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who observes them. Your emotions are not facts. They are visitors, messengers. They pass through, but they should not control you. Imagine you're driving. Suddenly another car cuts in front of you. Your heart races. You feel hot. You want to scream. Now you have two choices. Option 1, react, yell, speed up. Get into a fight. Carry that anger all day. Option 2, pause, breathe, think. Maybe he's rushing to the hospital. You relax. You let go. Which one is stronger? Answer: the one who responds, not the one who reacts. How to master your inner world. Label the emotion. When you feel something strong, pause and name it. This is anger. This is sadness. Naming gives you power over it. Don't trust the first thought. Your first thought is automatic. Your second thought is your choice. First thought, I'm a failure. Second thought, wait, I just made one mistake. That's normal. Which one you feed becomes your reality. Create thought checkpoints. Every few hours ask, what's my mind saying right now? Is it helping me or hurting me? You are not a slave to your emotions. You are the master if you choose to be. Don't be ruled by moods. Don't be controlled by noise. Be the quiet observer inside, calm, wise, unshakable. Lesson 15. Navigate success and wealth with integrity. Let's start with a question. What's the point of success if you lose yourself to get it? In this world, everyone is chasing more money, more status, more likes, more fame. But this lesson asks a much deeper question. Who are you becoming in the process? Because real success is not about what you get. It's about who you become while getting it. You can have millions in your bank and still feel poor inside. You can be rich in the world's eyes and still bankrupt in your soul. Imagine two business owners. One builds a company with honesty. He pays his employees fairly. He doesn't cheat customers. He grows slowly but with pride and peace. Another cuts corners. He lies in advertising. He underpays his workers. He gets rich fast, but at night he feels anxious. He knows this success is hollow. 10 years later, the honest person sleeps peacefully, respected by family and team. The other one? Alone, stressed, always looking over his shoulder. Success without integrity is just noise. It will never give you peace. Define your values before you chase results. Ask yourself, what am I not willing to do even if it brings money or status? Write your line and never cross it. Be proud of your process, not just your product. Don't just aim for the goal. Fall in love with doing the right thing even when it's harder. Remember, character is wealth. Fame fades. Riches fade. But your name, how people feel in your presence, that is forever. True wealth is not in your bank account. It's in your behavior. Walk with truth. Work with pride. Build a version of success that doesn't just look good. It feels good. Lesson 16. Build meaningful relationships and empathy. This lesson is one of the most emotional because it speaks to something we all want, but many don't know how to build. Deep, honest, heartfelt connection. In this busy world, people have more followers than ever, but they feel more alone than ever. We talk a lot. We message a lot. We scroll through everyone's life. But when was the last time someone truly listened to your pain? Or when was the last time you sat down and asked someone, how are you really doing? This lesson teaches a secret. The quality of your relationships is the quality of your life. Example: a man earns a big promotion. He celebrates at work. His name is in the company newsletter, but when he comes home, no one is there. He has no close friends. He's drifted away from family. He scrolls through messages, but there's no one he feels safe enough to call and say, can I just talk to you for a while? Now imagine someone else. She doesn't earn a 6-figure salary, but she has 3 people she can cry in front of. 3 people who know her fears, her dreams, her real life. Guess who's wealthier? Connection doesn't come from impressing others. It comes from understanding them. Listen to understand, not to reply. Put your phone down. Look into their eyes. Don't give advice unless they ask. Just be there. Be vulnerable first. You don't have to be perfect. When you share your struggles, you give people permission to open their own hearts. Give time, not just texts. Call them. Visit them. Sit in silence with them. Let your presence be a gift, not just your words. In the end, people won't remember your success. They'll remember how they felt when they were around you. Build your life not just with skills and goals, but with kindness, compassion, and real love. Lesson 17. Embrace change and adapt to life's challenges. Life is not a straight line. It's full of broken plans, unexpected news, painful endings, beautiful surprises, sudden losses, unpredictable growth. And most people suffer not because of the change itself, but because they resist it. They say, "Why is this happening? It wasn't supposed to be like this. I want things to go back to normal." But this lesson teaches, peace doesn't come from controlling life. It comes from learning how to flow with it. A woman works at a company for 8 years. One day she gets laid off. She cries. She panics. She feels worthless. For weeks she tries to get her old life back. Then one day she stops fighting. She says maybe this is a new beginning. She takes a risk, starts a small business from her kitchen. 3 years later, she's successful and more fulfilled than ever. All because she chose to adapt, not collapse. Everything you're afraid to let go of might be the thing keeping you from your next level. Expect change. Don't be surprised by it. Say this to yourself every morning. Something might go wrong today, and I'll handle it with grace. See every ending as a redirection. Your job ends. Maybe your purpose is calling. A relationship breaks. Maybe you're meant to find your real self first. Life changes paths. Maybe it's showing you a higher road. Stay soft but unbreakable, like water. It flows around rocks. It adjusts to the shape of the cup, but it never loses its nature. Be like that. Don't wish for life to stay the same. Wish for the strength to dance with the change, because change is not the enemy. Staying stuck in what no longer serves you, that is the real danger. Lesson 18. Know yourself and practice self-awareness. This lesson is not soft. It's not about motivation. It's about truth. You can't change your life if you don't know who you really are. Not your name, not your job, not your personality type, but your truth. What triggers you? What do you avoid? What makes your energy rise? What destroys your peace? Self-awareness is the secret key to life mastery. Without it, you're driving blind. Think of someone who keeps failing in relationships. Every time they say, "People always leave me." I don't know why, but they never look inward. They never ask, "Am I too controlling? Do I not listen? Do I push people away when I feel insecure?" They don't know themselves, so they keep repeating the same pain. Now imagine someone else. She sits quietly each night and writes, "What emotion did I feel most today? Why did I react that way? What's one thing I did that doesn't align with who I want to be?" Slowly she becomes aware. She grows. She stops making the same mistakes. She becomes stronger, clearer, lighter. To know yourself is to set yourself free. Practice daily reflection. At the end of each day, write down what went well, what triggered you, what did you avoid, what would you change if you could repeat the day. This takes 5 minutes but builds a lifetime of wisdom. Notice your patterns. Do you always quit when things get hard? Do you always say yes when you want to say no? Do you always get angry when you feel misunderstood? These are not random. They are patterns, and patterns can be broken only when seen. Ask brave questions. Where am I lying to myself? What am I pretending not to know? What truth am I avoiding because it's uncomfortable? These are hard questions, but they will build your real identity. You can't upgrade your life if you don't upgrade your awareness. Don't be afraid to meet yourself, because the more you understand your mind, the more you'll command your future. Lesson 19. Choose your priorities and say no more. Often, this lesson is a wake-up call, a loud one. We live in a world where everyone wants your attention. Ads, notifications, people, drama, gossip, demands. And if you don't know your priorities, you will live for the priorities of others. This lesson teaches one powerful rule. You can do anything, but you can't do everything. That's why you must become a master of no. Because every yes to distraction is a no to your destiny. Every yes to toxic people is a no to your peace. Every yes to extra work is a no to your family. Every yes to what looks urgent is a no to what's actually important. There's someone who wants to write a book. He has the idea. He has the skill. He even has the time. But every time someone asks him to go out, help with something, or just relax for a bit, he says yes. Weeks go by, months go by, and his dream sits untouched. Why? Not because he didn't have time, but because he didn't protect his time. Now imagine someone else with the same dream. She blocks 2 hours every day. No calls, no meetings, no distractions. When people ask her to hang out, she says, "I'd love to, but I have something important to work on." And she finishes her book. Same life. Different choices. Write your top 3 life goals. What really matters to you right now? Not what looks good, not what impresses others, but what makes your soul feel alive. Create boundaries like a lion. Protect your time, your energy, your mental space. Don't explain too much. Don't apologize for your focus. Say, "No, thank you," and move forward. Make a distraction list. Write down 5 things you do often that give you 0 progress. Now remove or reduce them from your life for 30 days. You'll be shocked at how much more you accomplish and how much lighter you feel. Your life is not controlled by what you say yes to. It's shaped by what you say no to. Say no to what drains you. Say no to what delays you. Say no to what is not yours to carry, and say yes to what matters. Lesson 20. Turn obstacles into opportunities. This final lesson is a masterpiece because it teaches the most important truth of all. Life will test you, but it's not trying to break you. It's trying to build you. Every obstacle, every failure, every setback, it's not the end. It's the invitation to become stronger, wiser, and unshakable. A small business owner loses or continue everything in a crisis. He feels broken, empty, lost. But then he starts over. He builds a better business, one that's simpler, stronger, more meaningful. And he says, "That loss was the best thing that ever happened to me." Why? Because the fall showed him what truly mattered. It removed the noise. It forced him to grow. This is what the lesson teaches. Obstacles are not walls. They are mirrors. They show you who you really are. So the next time life throws something painful your way, don't ask, "Why me?" Ask him, "What is this trying to teach me? How can I grow from this? What strength is being born in me right now?" Shift from victim to student. Victim mindset. Why is this happening to me? Student mindset. What can I learn from this? Turn the wound into wisdom. Write about your pain. Share your lesson. Build something out of your scars. Remember, every hero was once broken. Behind every success story is a dark chapter. But they kept turning the page. The obstacle is not in your way. It is the way. Your pain will become your power. Your struggle will become your story. Your failure will become your fire. So walk through the storm, not with fear, but with faith. Because the storm is shaping your future strength. Your journey begins now. You have just experienced 20 of the most powerful, life-changing, and mindset-shifting principles ever assembled. Each one was not just a lesson. It was a mirror showing you who you can become. It was a map pointing you toward your true path. It was a sword, cutting through the lies and confusion that have held you back. But now comes the most important question of all. Not, "What did I learn?" but "How will I live differently now?" Because wisdom without action is just entertainment. Knowledge without application is just noise. Understanding without transformation is just wasted time. You now have the tools. You have the fire. You have the path. Here's what to do next. Choose one lesson that resonated most deeply with you. Just one, not all 20 at once. That's the old you trying to do everything. The new you knows the power of focus. Write it down somewhere. You'll see it every single day. On your mirror. On your phone wallpaper. On a card in your wallet. Make it impossible to forget. Take one action today that embodies that lesson. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Right now. Even if it's small. Even if it's imperfect. Because action is the bridge between the life you have and the life you want. Return to these lessons whenever you feel lost, overwhelmed, or disconnected from your purpose. These truths don't expire. They don't lose their power. They're here for you always. And remember this above all else, you are not broken. You never were. You were just buried under layers of noise, distraction, fear, and other people's expectations. But now you're waking up. Now you're remembering. Now you're choosing. You're choosing to focus on what matters and leave the rest behind. You're choosing to master yourself instead of being mastered by circumstances. You're choosing to live with intention, courage, clarity, and love. You're choosing to become the strongest, wisest, most authentic version of yourself. And that choice made again and again, day after day, in small moments and big decisions, that choice will change everything. This is not the end. This is your beginning. The person you're becoming is already waiting for you. They're standing at the peak of the mountain you're climbing. They're calm, focused, purposeful, free. They know who they are. They know what matters. They've learned to flow with life instead of fighting it. That person is you, the real you, finally emerging from beneath all the noise. So go now. Live these lessons. Embody these truths. Transform these words into your reality. And when doubt creeps in, when fear whispers, when the old patterns try to pull you back, remember this moment. Remember that you chose differently. Remember that you decided to focus on what matters. You are ready. You've always been ready. Now it's time to live like you know it. The world needs fewer people trying to impress and more people choosing to matter. Fewer people chasing everything and more people mastering something. Fewer people living on autopilot and more people living with purpose. Be that person. Starting today. Starting now. And always, always remember, focus on what matters and leave everything else behind.